Okay, let me grease the baking pan here, and say this before I make this video, before my sweets come out of the oven dry and crusty and stuck to the pan, representing me giving off the wrong impression. Yes, I am a morning person, but I don't like waking up early. I still like staying in bed till like 11 a.m. if I can. I'm just as triggered by my alarm sound as any normal human being. Like, for real. I have an iPhone, and my alarm sound is Trill, which sounds like this. Sorry other Trill users, but if I remotely hear something similar in my everyday life, I get the creepy crawly feeling in my body. I could just be sitting on the couch, minding my own business, watching my favorite show or YouTube video or whatever, and hear something like this. Or this. Like, who put you on this planet? So even if I am a morning person, don't be telling me to get up at 5 a.m. every single day, expecting me not to complain about it. Off topic, but in high school, I had one daily saying that I always roast myself about, and it was, I'm tired. Good morning, I'm so tired. Hey, I'm so tired. You want to hang out at the table for break? Yes, please, because I'm tired. Once every period those words would be spoken. Okay, now that I've greased the pan, I can now say I am a morning person. And I only say that because I am the most productive early in the morning. My realization of this is what gave me this video idea. I just finished dinner so I can work until I'm sleepy. Okay, now I can work. But I really don't want to. I'm super tired now, but I really need to get this done. Maybe I'll just save it for tomorrow morning. Done! Okay, I should make a video about this. It honestly sucks being a morning person because I'm like the only morning person I know. Everyone can stay up till 4 a.m. so easily, but I need sleep, so I miss out on all the fun. I'm fortunate enough to not have FOMO though, so I usually just catch up with what happened the next morning. I think it's because my social battery runs out so quick, so I need to get everything out of the way so I don't have to think about it at night. Or maybe I've just been trained like that, since school always started so early, and I had to turn my brain on or else I wouldn't pay attention. And as you can imagine, it makes procrastination more difficult. Since I want to get my work done early, I should do them in the morning. But in the morning, I usually think, oh, I have all day to get this work done. And then nighttime hits, and I haven't worked on anything, panicking that I won't finish on time, but still not having the motivation to work, while still wanting the work to be good enough to submit. Like, that's a wild combo. It also sucks not knowing many morning people, because I can't tell whether I should be energetic around them or calmer. Like, I don't like waking up early, but once I started doing my morning routine, I'm up. Like, getting out of bed is the battle, but I'm good once I do. I tend to hear people say, I think they're a nice person, but they're just too energetic for me in the mornings. It made me very cautious about matching their energy level in the morning. If they're sleepy, I will be calm. If they're grumpy, I'll stay a little more quiet. I'm also one who loves nature. Take that with a grain of salt. I love to hike. I don't do it often because where I live there's nowhere to enjoy some scenery, but I fell in love with hiking after doing one in college for a leadership retreat, because the first experience was not fun. The first hike I ever did was in middle school for a science camp, and it was in the snow. The only memorable thing was some kids falling into a small river we were passing, but I would also rather do a sunrise hike, and that's why I don't hike often, because no one wants to wake up that early to go with me. Like, I know I could go alone and enjoy the me time, but for safety reasons, I like to always have someone as company. But obviously, there are some good points to being a morning person. Don't mind this. I am now aware of how self-motivated I can actually be. I was always the person who was very productive when the people around me were also productive. If the people around me weren't working, I wouldn't feel like it either. But in the mornings, no one is awake, so I have to provide my own energy to work so I don't have to do it later. Now when I go into interviews and they ask about me, I can truthfully say I am self-motivated instead of BSing and saying it, since that's what employers like to hear. Also, if I wake up early, I feel like the day goes by much slower. And I know that sounds bad, but when you have a million things to do, it's the best feeling to know I woke up at 7 a.m., got most of the important work done by 1 p.m., and then I have all that time to goof around until more work. But at least most of my stuff is done. This euphoric feeling doesn't happen often though, because let's be real, I'm still a procrastinator. But on the occasion when I am feeling productive, it's like cloud 9. I would much rather work morning shifts than night shifts too. Am I tired? Yes. But if I work early, I also get off early, and I still feel like I have the rest of the day. Comparing that to if I had an evening shift, I would just sit around in the morning doing nothing, not working even though that's when I'm most productive, since I want to save my energy for my shift. And then by the time my shift is over, I have to go to bed and I feel like I accomplished nothing. I also like to drive early in the morning too. Back when I lived in the great SoCal, I would drive to my hometown to see my family, and that was about a 4-hour drive. And I like to leave at 4 in the morning when I drove. Yup, when the sun is rising, I feel more awake. When I drove at night one time, I felt like I was going to fall asleep at the wheel. Only felt. I didn't, so fear not. And I also respect there are people completely opposite from me. Like my sister says she's most productive at night, but this isn't about them or their problems, it's about me and the morning people. You know, since this is my channel and all. I just wanted to acknowledge the night owls because don't worry, I see you too. Just as people find the night atmosphere relaxing, I find something very somber about early mornings, like the air feels fresher or something. Man, I need to find more morning people friends to match my "I'm tired and I'll complain about it, but let's be productive" vibe.